start the recording again. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. I'm just like I started watching this and I was gonna record this as a video, but like I'm so irate to the point now, or I don't even know if I'm angry. I'm just kind of blown away where things like this get blown out of proportion. Like it's insane. So the title says Shylily finally breaks silence about getting her face doxxed by another streamer. Now, by that title already, I can tell you for a 100% fact that this is not the first time that her face has been out there, and I don't even mean that it's been leaked. I don't mean that there's like a big thing behind it, like a big conspiracy. No, no, no. She used to stream with her face. Okay, her face is out there. You can search it in Google and it will come up. Now, I had made um I had made a thing like this, right? These are 4 pictures showing the amount of time Lily streamed as a flesh tuber. Before things are said about this, these images and more are easily accessible online. Now, what I didn't want to do was show the pictures, okay? Because I feel like at that point, Shylily would claim my video for showing her face that's really that she put out there willingly years ago, 4 years. So I blurred the face, and that was going to go in the video. At this point, you can search it up. You can search it up. What's up, Jodak? You can search up her pictures. They're there. Her clips are there. Anyway, let's just continue.
Also, I would like to. Okay, can I just talk about?
And again, I'm gonna react. This is gonna be fair use. All right, I'm not stealing her content. This account already stole her content, so if I get struck for some reason, then this account needs to be taken offline permanently, okay? Because the only reason that I would be struck is for being critical of Lily. Well, what's up, iSpot? How's it going, man? I'm definitely not Ricky. 100% I'm not. And if you see that I am Ricky, well, that's just fake news and false allegations. But yeah, so if for some reason I get copyright stricken, whatever, then this whole account needs to be permabanned, okay? Because they just have clips of her, all right? And again, the only reason would be because I'm being critical and she didn't like it, all right?
About 2 things real quick. What the fuck? Pause. Two things. Because I know.
And I really want to be critical here of this, and it's not being nitpicky or whatever, but this model is not the model to be using for this kind of thing that she's about to address. Okay, it is not. This is not what we should be doing. This is not the model we should be using, okay? It's stupid. She could have picked a regular model that she's had in the past, okay? She didn't have to do this whole stupid show with her stupid little 3D chibi model, okay? This did not need to be done.
It's gonna be brought up right now because we talked about the picture thing with the Numas, and it just occurred to me. Apparently, quite a few people saw the tweet of someone. She is very sweet, by the way. Like,
I hate this front loading of, oh, she's so sweet, she's so nice, for the next 18 minutes and 40 seconds that have been trimmed down. So I'm sure there's other stuff missing from here. Definitely 100%, because you can see the cuts that they make. For 18 minutes and 40 seconds, she proceeds to go on about how awful this experience was and how she's tired of being quiet about people like this, okay? So I don't want to hear how nice she is, because this is it's just to make her look better for trying to destroy this person's career for putting a picture of her face online. I'm sick of this. I'm so over it, bro.
I know it's not you guys, but no hate whatsoever.
Jesus.
She's very sweet. She has been very kind.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
Really?
Very nice.
Is it? Is that why? Okay.
That person was live streaming. They didn't tell me.
Okay.
I am
yeah.
not necessarily upset at that.
Mind you, this is in a public event. Let's continue.
It happens. In a moment where emotions fly high, it's okay. It
okay.
can happen.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. She says 18 and 40 minutes.
I walk through the image in a crowd, shit happens. Now, before I defend myself, okay, I want to just clear things up. No hate whatsoever. She's been very kind. She took it down as soon as she saw
And I want to be clear. It's not because I don't like this person coming like before coming into this, right? I know fairly little, very little about Shylily, okay? I don't have like this grudge against her, but I got to about I think around the 14-15 minute when she said something and made a comparison, and it completely just flipped my brain upside down. And I'm like, okay, this person is gross. Like she's actually foul. She's disgusting. But let's work our way into that, okay?
Uh, she's been sweet the whole time throughout, even though she didn't tell me that she was live streaming and recording.
She didn't have to.
And after all of that, making the very sober decision of
Okay, first of all, she didn't have to tell you. Okay, she's in a public event. You just said if you were walking through a crowd, it's fine. If you're taking pictures of a crowd, it's fine. Well, I guess you didn't say that part yet, but we'll get there. But if you were walking through a crowd and they caught you, it's fine, right? So why is this different then?
posting it and redistributing that same stuff online. I simply asked to take it down.
Yeah.
I expressed my disappointment.
But she didn't do that. She publicly did this. She didn't do this privately. She publicly did this. She tweeted at her and said, "Take this down." Okay? She requested for her to take it down. But what did this other person do though? She took it down. There were no arguments about it. There were no qualms about it. She just took it down. It was no issue. But why was it no issue? Oh, well, maybe it's because Lily's huge audience already saw that Lily tweeted at her, responded to her, and said, "Take this down." And they started bombarding this person saying, "Take this down." So of course, she has no option but to say, "Take it down." She's no option but to come groveling at your feet and kiss your toes and say, "I'm so sorry to you." But why would she do that? Maybe so her career doesn't die, okay? Because she's a smaller streamer. So maybe so this person's career doesn't die, she has to beg, okay? She has to kiss the ring to get your crazy fans off of her back. Because you didn't want to handle this privately, because you wanted to take this publicly, so it would have a huge backlash against her. So the no hate thing, stop it. Because it's not real. You meant hate.
And that I had wished she told me any of these things were happening. And I'm just sad that, you know, in a private space that I'm in, I can't let my guard down because...
You weren't in a private space. Oh my God. Let me chill my anger, okay? Let me sip a little bit of coffee and let me chill my anger, all right?
You know. But yeah, no hate. She took action fast. She has been kind through and through from the beginning till this action as well. She's been apologetic and everything.
I wonder why she's come groveling to you. I wonder why she would do that. I wonder why the influx of hate comments and hate replies would get her to come to you and everybody in the community and beg for forgiveness. I wonder why she would do that.
No hate whatsoever. I simply, very tamely, expressed my deepest disappointment. I don't want
Publicly. You did it publicly.
to say two things I want to avoid saying. I will not say it's okay. It's not.
So then there we go. Oh, she's so nice. Oh, I've moved on. Oh, whatever. It's not okay though, guys. It's not okay. I can't forgive this. But I've moved on, guys. It's okay. It's alright. She's so sweet. She's nice. Yeah, fuck off.
You understand? But you can move on without being upset. But I'm not saying it's okay. It's not. But just because something wasn't okay doesn't mean you have to make it okay.
Oh my God, you can't make it up.
I will not apologize for is you're not reaching out privately first. But hear me out first. Hear me out.
Bro, the reasons that she gives for not reaching out. Oh my God. Oh man.
Yeah. Hear my side of the story. Do I think it would have been nicer to reach out in private? Yes. But please.
Yes, but I wanted to make her hate herself. I wanted to make her commit suicide.
Before you take anything out of context, the sober decision to post it online and redistribute it has been made after the fact, after second thoughts. But apart...
What do you mean? What do you mean? If she accidentally caught you, even if she noticed, okay, even if it was on purpose, okay, she panned the audience. Not the audience, I'm sorry. She panned the crowd, like with her camera. So what do you mean? If you happen to be in that frame and she's like, oh my God, look, it's her. That's so cool. And she posted it. Why is that a problem? Again, your face is already out there.
Apart from that, again, still no hard feelings. When I saw
Still no hard feelings, but fuck you. Like, that's the vibe. That's the energy.
this tweet, there was one thing that went on in my head. When I saw this tweet, I have made it clear time and time and time and time again.
Yeah.
To not do this.
To not do what? Go to a public event and film around the public event? Okay. You've told people not to use their own equipment at public events. Okay. But see, you don't run this event. So you saying that means nothing. I'm sorry. Your word means nothing. You're not running the event. You should be grateful to be featured in that event. Am I wrong?
And it happened again. And one thing I didn't appreciate is when people tell me to keep things behind closed doors.
For the most part, you should be keeping things behind closed doors. If you want to run a successful business, you should keep most things behind closed doors, especially something like this. This is stupid. Why would you ever get on a smaller streamer's back like this and knowing that your fans, your fan base, and even others and the surrounding fan bases with Bao and whoever else, you know that there's unhinged people in these fan bases. Why would you make this public? This woman would have taken it down no problem in private DMs. You didn't have to do this. You didn't.
I do. I keep pretty much everything behind closed doors.
Not with Cinder.
Every time I've gotten scammed, ghosted, betrayed, literally money stolen from me, I don't make it public.
No, you do. No, you do. Because you collaborated with Bao, Nano, who else was it? There was someone else. There was another VTuber to go against Cinder. And you know what? Which is fine. However, did Cinder deserve complete cancellation from you guys? Absolutely not. Why? Because she's a terrible person to work with. She shouldn't be able to make money anymore? Get over yourself, bro. These people are so incredibly... I don't even know what the word is to describe them. Give me like 5 minutes and I could probably find a word that's not out of control. But like, they're just on another level. They need to relax, bro. They need to stop. Because what's going to happen is someone's going to come for Lily's money and it's going to be a whole thing and she's going to cry about it and she's going to say, well, why did this happen to me? Well, I mean, that's kind of very, very karmic, don't you think?
I let the people get away with it publicly. I keep it to myself. But I believe the reason these things keep happening to me so very often and why people abuse my kindness so very much.
Tell me.
Robbing me of money, work, time, ghosting, letting me down, and all kinds of things.
Hear the reason. Let's go.
Every time people interact with me in a negative way and screwing me over, there is no... What's it called? For the lack of a better word, English is my second language, but for the lack of a better term, there is never a consequence.
Okay. Let me tell you something, okay? There's... I don't know if it's like an actual known saying or if it's just, you know, something that people say from time to time. Let's say you go down to the bus stop, okay? Say you're waiting for the bus, but you decide you have A, B, and C bus stops, okay? They all go to the same place in this situation, all right? You know, bus stop A, there's a lot of crackheads who hang out there, and there's a high probability that you're going to get mugged and beaten, okay? Bus stop B, you have normal people there that aren't going to kill you for a little bit of money, pocket change. Bus stop C, you have the same thing, right? What Lily is doing is instead of going to bus stop B or C, she's choosing A every single time when she's getting into business partnerships. Why would you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again when it nets you the same results? You get screwed, okay? And after a while, if you're getting screwed over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, maybe it's not those people, maybe it's you. And maybe it's the way you communicate, the way you want things done that makes them screw you over. Maybe you put yourself in a situation where you know you're going to get screwed and you do it anyway. Just saying, she's choosing bus stop A with all the crackheads.
And I think a reason why I am the target of many of these things is because I keep every single goddamn thing behind closed doors.
That's literally not
No
why.
repercussions. Yes,
Nope.
thank you. There's no
Nope.
accountability.
Nope.
And I think it's because every single thing where I am taking the short end of the stick, I keep to myself. I sort it behind closed doors. And then next fucking week, next month, next half a year, it happens again.
Again, you're choosing this. You are choosing to get screwed over and over and over again.
Just with someone else or the same fucking person happened to.
Okay, so then why would you, again, that's what I'm saying. Why would you pick the same person? What do you mean the same person? Why would you not cut them out then?
So, I do feel like it's sad that I didn't do it privately. But
it is. It's not even just sad. It's wrong. You are like morally bankrupt, bro. Like, you know what your platform and your audience size brings. Why would you do that to someone who literally didn't deserve it?
But at the moment, I think I also have to understand which things should be kept private and which things need to be
And this should have been private.
made more public.
This literally had nothing of who would have benefited from this if you kept it private? Who would this have enabled? If you just shot this person a DM and said, hey man, woman, lady, guy, dude, bro, can you just like take this down, please? Like, I didn't want my face in this. Like, I would really appreciate it if you would take it down. And you know what you could have done? Because the response, for a fact, would have been, yeah, sure, no problem. You know what you could have done? You could have posted that screenshot of the DM. And you could have been like, look, this is how, you know, these situations are handled. And like, this is why I don't bring things publicly, because a lot of people are like level-headed, blah, 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 blah. But no, she decides to crucify this person and in a whole 18-minute and 40-second video, in a stream segment, clip, whatever the fuck.
I need to probably start taking more public stances when things are at my displeasure.
Or just don't work with crackheads. That's it. Just don't keep going to bus stop A. That's all you gotta do. Like, holy hell, do you not know people in the VTubing sphere that work with others that are like reliable? Do you not reach out to those people? Do you not reach out to your own like VTuber quote unquote friends? Do you not reach out to Bao to see like, hey, like, who do you work with for such and such? Like, I would like to get this done or that done. Like, you have any recommendations? If you're that worried about it, why not reach out to the other creators that are in your circle? Then you'll never have to worry about the crackheads at bus stop A.
Because for years, I've always kept I have lost thousands of dollars. We are talking 5 digits in just money that I never made a big deal on social media about.
And yeah, that sucks. And maybe that's like the first time you ever lost like that big, like a substantial amount of money like that. And that sucks. And that blows. And you know what? For a first time, yeah, that sucks. Right? But if you keep choosing that over and over and over, again, that's your fault at the end of the day. That is your fault. You know people in this sphere, in this circle, that you can go to and say, hey, who is reliable, who is not? And they will hook you up.
There have been other cases where I've been thoroughly fucked over by brands, by people, and by friends. And I haven't made it a big deal.
You literally crucified Cinder to the point where she went offline and has not come back. What do you mean you kept it offline?
Ever. And I think a big reason for that is, and why it keeps happening non-stop. Again, I'm sorry she is the one who, you know.
No, you're not. No, you're not sorry. What did she do to you? She took a picture of you and you didn't want your face out there. So you took that so incredibly personally that you decided that you were going to burn her to the ground. And for whatever reason, she was going to be your prime example, okay? She was going to be your Jesus and you nailed her to that cross.
Where it happened, finally. But I think I need to set boundaries more openly, more publicly. When things are not okay,
Bro, she's so incredibly, oh my god, I still can't find the word. I don't even know if conceited is the right word. I feel like stuck up might be the word. I feel like I don't know the word to describe her and the people in her circle. I don't know the word. I'll get it eventually. It'll come to me.
I think it's important for me to speak up publicly a bit more often. In a kind way. You know, like I did with the tweet where I'm like, hey, please take it down. You didn't let me know, blah, blah, blah. I'm disappointed. No.
Bro, how is that supposed to be kind? I'm disappointed. Why would you do this? I didn't give you permission. I didn't know I was being filmed. What other way does that come off?
Bitch hunting. No, fuck you, bitch. You're fucking fault.
You didn't have to do that, and you know you don't have to do that. You know you don't have to, like, specifically say, like, go after this person. You know it'll happen.
No, just take it down. I'm disappointed. Don't do this. Done. You know.
That's fucking cringe. Okay, you could have settled this in a DM. In one singular DM. And said the same exact thing in the DM, and all you would have had to get was like an apology or whatever, and you'd be like, oh my god, you know, you could have even worded it differently. It was so aggressive the way it was worded. Ridiculous. What do you mean?
No, I think I have to communicate things a bit.
I think you have to learn how to communicate, period. I think you have to learn how to not be morally bankrupt, period.
More freely and keep things. I will still keep everything that has no business being out in the public has no business being out in the public. But I think that with public figures, I will also probably start taking actions a bit more publicly, because I think that a big reason that I am targeted by incidents such as that, not only this, by incidences.
Bro, this is so disgusting. She just has to keep reminding us that this is an incident. Okay, these are incidents that she goes through, but this is one of the main incidents right now, and she has to let us know every chance she gets in this 18-minute and 40-second clip that this is an incident that has to be handled. It's fucking gross.
Such as that, and many things I have never talked about. I think the main reason these things happen is because there is never any repercussion, never any accountability, nothing, because I keep everything to myself.
Well, but didn't you say in the beginning, though, that you settle this in the DMs? You use the word settle, so they do get resolved, and you call them out, and things change. Now, if you lost a lot of money, get your team to get involved, okay? Because we all know you have a team. You're not an indie VTuber. You have a team behind you that can offer help, or even arrange some type of, you know, lawyer or whatever if there's actually a money issue. I just don't get it.
Everything is good. Never a problem. But I think that makes me a target for people to keep doing it. Because
No.
word goes around that fucking with Lily doesn't do anything. It's like, oh, whatever. Oh, she commissioned you and paid you freaking $3,000 for this and you never followed up with it? Whatever.
And again, that's a legal dispute. I mean, you're exchanging money for a service. If you didn't get it, then you know what? Lawyer up. You have the money for it. You're not indie. You have the money. If you want to claim that money back, go after them. That's all you got to do. What are you talking about? If you let that go, that's on you.
Whatever.
Or if you don't want to, if you want to say, oh, well, that's not how the law works. Okay, cool. Then you know what? Type up a contract. Have your team type up a contract, send it over, have them sign it, send it back. You pay them, they give you the product. That's it. How about you be more business oriented? How about that?
Whatever. Oh, she said to not do this and you went out and did this? Whatever. You know.
This is what I'm saying, though. This is like things that she is doing to herself. She's choosing bus stop A over and over and over again when she can easily avoid these problems.
Like, people know I will not defend myself publicly. They know I'll be disappointed with them in DMs and often stop working with these people.
Often. Not all the time, but often she'll stop working with these people. Again, she's choosing crackheads.
But people know that there is never any consequences online, so I want people to understand that I don't ever want to throw hate at someone.
You literally just did, for like the past 3 minutes, throw hate at everybody that has wronged you. What are you talking about? I want to crucify them online. Like, just say what you're really thinking. It's not hard. It really isn't. For example, I think you're stupid. For the past 8 minutes, you've crucified a creator, a small creator, way smaller than you. You've had your fans go after her without having to say anything. If that isn't hate, I don't understand what you think hate is.
But sometimes it is not avoidable. Not the hate, to make public statements. Sorry, I should have. Sorry, that was a bad segue into the next sentence. It was.
No, it wasn't. That's called a Freudian slip, my guy. That is what that's called, okay? You literally came out with your real thoughts, okay? Hate is unavoidable sometimes. And you know what? That's fair, okay? But to hide behind this, like, nice act is so fucking stupid. It is so stupid. If you want to go mask off, then go mask off. That's all you have to do.
It was no hate, period. Not a comma, not any. No hate, period.
Yeah,
But
right.
making public statements. Sorry, my mind already thought about the next sentence. Sorry.
Right. Yeah,
No hate,
sure. Yeah.
fucking
Go ahead and try and erase that from every clip channel ever too.
period. But sometimes it isn't avoidable to make my opinion public.
But again, she just restated the same thing. She's saying no hate, but sometimes it's unavoidable to make a public statement. In other words, no hate, but sometimes you have to hate. So it's like, what do you like?
Or rather, I think one of my mistakes is how much is the word loathe? How much I loathe to make public opinions. But I think it also makes this target on my back that the majority of my friends seem to have to go through. And I think it's because...
Well, because your friends are smart. They're not stupid like you. Your friends are smart.
I'm very kind. You know.
So I'm sorry, are your friends not kind then? I don't... Maybe they know how to handle business and it has nothing to do with being kind or not? Maybe that's what you need to do?
I don't want to make anything a big deal publicly. It's no one's business. But if other people make stuff public, I think it is also my right to also make things public and to say hurtful things such as my emotions and how I feel doesn't matter because as the person who just so happens to have a bigger community, it's not my right to have public opinions. It's very hurtful.
No, you can be as big a creator as you want and have any public opinion that you want. You can even go political if you want. That is your choice. It'll damage your brand, and you should be aware of that. But you can say whatever you want. You don't have to silence yourself. No one is saying that. Literally nobody has said that. And if they have, they're also retarded. But it's like, you could say whatever you want. No one expects you to be, a cookie cutter VTuber, right? And if they do, they're very incredibly parasocial and they need to get outside. But I'm just saying, no sane person is saying that. Anybody who's mad is because of the way that you define public spaces and public events. And also for indirectly crucifying this streamer.
It's not my fault. I don't think that just because I have a following that it exempts me from any opinions about anything happening to me.
No, you can say whatever you want.
I don't think so. I agree to disagree on this, but I would like to express how hurtful it is, and people say that I have no right of any of these things.
Okay, well, again, those people saying that are stupid and they need to go outside, but you can say whatever you want. Just be aware that the public backlash is probably going to be pretty huge depending on what you say. So if you can't handle it, then just shut up. I mean, that's what else do you want,
Because
you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? That's a cringe saying, but it's it's true. You can't go out there and say Jews aren't real and then expect everybody to be sucking you off for saying it. That's just not how that works.
I'm too big to have.
And I'm not saying that she said that. I'm just using that as an extreme example to kind of drive home the point. You can say whatever you want, but the reaction that you get is not the one that you're gonna want. It's just how the internet works.
A right to complain. I simply wish to publicly announce my boundaries because other people keep pushing these boundaries.
And you could have announced your boundaries, okay, without trying to destroy this streamer. She took down Cinder with Nano and Bao, and I forget who the other one is because she's unimportant. And now she has this taste for blood. I don't even know if she's a whale. She might just be a shark.
Publicly. Again, no hate to someone in particular. This is a general statement.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You're really just circling. You literally smell blood and you're circling that one streamer that took a clip of you and posted it, okay? I know what you're doing.
This is a general statement about...
For anybody who's not involved in this circle like me, we can see what you're doing.
About me speaking about things slightly more publicly in the future, if that makes sense. This is a broad statement, not just based on one situation, just
It's literally based on one situation at this current moment. Yes, it is. 100%, and there's no way you can ever sway my opinion on that one, because it's exactly just what's happening. If this person hadn't posted something, you wouldn't be talking about any of this.
In a more general term?
What I'm thinking happened is that that Lily did try to DM or try to get someone else to DM this person, and maybe something went south, or maybe even I'm just completely speculating, because why does she have such a hate boner for her? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why is this, why is Lily targeting this streamer so like aggressively? She's like, oh, no hate, no hate. But it's like, dude, it's in the way that you're saying things. You don't have to say you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're a moron. Like, how dare you do this to me? You took everything away, right? Like, you don't have to be dramatic about it. It's the subtle way that you say things. Like, we're not stupid.
You know. But yeah. Also, there was one thing again. Like, I don't want to get too much into this, but a lot of people say other hurtful things, such as, I think it was one comment in particular that got to me. I think maybe it's because I was sick and I was under the weather, or something.
Yes, blame your illness. Literally every content creator scapegoat is the illness, okay? Whether it be physical or mental, okay? We got to blame the illness, and we got to really just drive it home so we can get max sympathy points, okay? Let's max out the sympathy stats, okay?
Thing like really sarcastic, being like, imagine going to an event with a bunch of streamers and I'm being upset that you've been filmed.
Which is pretty based. I'm gonna be honest, pretty based.
Sorry, they're also mentioned in a public area, and I'm like,
oh, here we go. I'm gonna go back a little bit, but yeah, then now she's gonna go on to describe the legality of this, okay? And I can't be more frustrated. I can't.
or something like really sarcastic, being like, imagine going to an event with a bunch of streamers and I'm being upset that you've been filmed. Sorry, they're also mentioned in a public area, and I'm like, that's no.
Okay, no.
No.
No, really?
I
Okay.
don't appreciate that comment
So you can't film?
because it's just,
I'm gonna let her go a little bit so I can make my point, because this got me.
I don't appreciate that comment because it's just factually and lawfully wrong.
Okay, so that comment is factually and lawfully wrong. The public area thing, okay?
First of all, it's not a public space.
Okay, it's not a public space.
It's just not.
It's
That's absolutely not the point at all.
it's okay, but even if it was, that's not even the point. But also, it's a public event, right? So let's say I go to a car show and they have cars from different eras, different, I guess decades, right? 20s, 30s, 40s. And I start taking pictures. Now, the person technically running that place can make any rule they want, right? Running the event. They can say, "Hey, what are you doing, guy? Why are you looking at yourself in the mirror? Why are we doing that? You can't do that." Well, you might not like it, but that's the rule that they set for that event. However, at the end of the day, the person who owns that land is the one who can allow or not allow certain things on that land. I want to go back a little bit. I might be losing the plot.
Public space.
Oh, because it's not a public space. Right. Somebody owns that building that she was in, okay? But the person running the event, the public event, okay, can make whatever rule they want. If Lily doesn't like that person allows picture taking, well, you know what? That's tough. The person running that event, at the end of the day, has say over that event. Unless the person who owns the building comes in and says, "Get out of here. I don't want you doing this." Now, addressing the public side of everything. This is a public event, not a public place, right? The building is owned by somebody. It's not a public place, but it's a public event. Again, the public event ties into the event runner, okay? The event manager, whatever. If they say it's okay to take pictures, it's okay. If Lily doesn't like that, again, she can wear a mask, okay? I don't know. She could just not show up. So yes, she is correct. It is not a public space, but the event anybody can get into by buying a ticket, by buying a wristband, whatever. They can get in. It is public. That's like saying I go to what's that place in Disney? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Say I go to Disneyland or Disney World or whatever. I'm allowed to take pictures there, even though not anybody can just walk in. You have to buy a ticket, okay? You have to buy a ticket to get in. But once you're in, you can take as many pictures as you want. So this idea that this magical ticket bars you from bars the definition of public event is ridiculous.
It's just not. That's absolutely not the point at all whatsoever. And everyone who is in this industry properly and integrates themselves
Nope.
with the things I can and can't do, they know that there's laws.
No, these are unwritten rules to the VTuber space, okay? Let's get that straight. The unwritten rules to VTubing is, hey, you just don't take pictures of VTubers. You just don't do it unless you have express permission. It's an unwritten rule. It's not a law. So this is just wrong.
You can film crowds. Yes, you can live stream whatever the fuck you want.
Good point, Lily. So she's saying you can buy a ticket, you can get in, you can take pictures of the crowd. Okay, she can be walking through the crowd and someone could take a picture of her there. But as soon as she sat down, oh no, pictures are done. You're not allowed to anymore because now it's illegal. But you can take a picture of whatever crowd you want. Lily, make it make sense, please. I'm begging you.
You can film crowds, but it absolutely is not a public place. It's a ticket.
It's a public event, you fucking tard.
Ticketed event.
Yeah, it is. It's a ticketed event, but it's a public event. Not a public space, but it's a public event. Anybody can get in.
And on top of that,
if it wasn't public, you would have a list. That would be a private event with a list. And if your name is on it, you get in. If it's not, you do not get in. That is a private event, but a public event, you can buy a ticket to get in. It's still public.
I was inside a booth covered by security.
Okay.
You literally need to pay to get in.
Okay.
A bracelet, you have to scan in.
Okay.
You have to present your ID to confirm.
Okay.
You are the person.
Okay.
Getting the ticket.
This literally doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's still a public event. What do you want?
Yeah, and it's stated that anything within booths has to be respected and not filmed.
Aha! Anything within booths cannot be filmed. This woman was not inside of a booth. She was outside of the booth, and she was filming the crowd, and she was filming the surrounding areas. She just so happened to be able to see Lily inside of the booth. So not only did this woman do absolutely nothing wrong, she did nothing illegal, okay? She did nothing against the rules of the event, but Lily took it upon herself to let her fans, without saying it, bully her into submission.
But you can film crowds legally, yes, but as soon as individuals are being focused on and identified, that's not legal. I just want to point.
It 100% is. And also, she didn't point you out. If anything, she said, "Oh, look, and that's Lily." And that was that. And that's what was posted. Imagine going to Disney and filming Snow White from outside, from like behind the like where the backstage is, from behind like the ropes or whatever. And you are able to see Snow White and you film Snow White and she comes out and she starts beating you up, okay? Because she says, "You have to pay to take my picture." Absolutely not, bro. Okay, at that point, if you want it to be that private, then you know what? Get a list, okay? Get a list. Get rules specifically stating that you can't film ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so ridiculous. Things are caught on camera all the time that shouldn't be caught on camera. And it's not because someone wants to catch it on camera. It's because a lot of the time, people are just kind of panning around and they see something that, oops, it shouldn't be on screen, okay? It happens on Twitch all the time where clips are being played and something happens. They have to cut the stream. Was it the intention to show like nudity or whatever? No, of course. In that situation, no, it wouldn't be intentional. And a lot of the time, Twitch would let it slide. Why? Because it was an accident. It was unintentional. It just happened to be there. Her argument is so incredibly dumb. She wanted to get mad for absolutely no reason, to assert her dominance by going after a streamer that did not deserve it.
Things out because people are saying weird shit about how I have no right of such privacy, and I'm like, I quite literally do though.
You quite literally don't. Now wait till she brings up the legalities.
GDPR.
GDPR, look it up. You know what GDPR is? GDPR is a law in the EU that protects your data, your online data specifically, but it also spills over into like the collected call things, like the recorded lines or whatever. It also spills over into that. It has nothing to do with your personal, your actual person, your actual body. That is not what GDPR is. From what I've read, everything that I have seen is about data. It has nothing to do with your person and being recorded. You as a person are not data. The D in GDPR is data. Data. You know, and you know what? I'm even willing to eat crow on this, okay? I'm willing to say, to be called stupid on that one, okay? But unless anybody's going to point to a specific article and a specific section in the GDPR that proves me wrong, I don't want to hear shit. Because from what I've seen, it's literally data.
Look it up. I don't know if those same
I have looked it up. Thank you.
rules apply in NA, by the way. But here, these laws are very strict.
EU laws are more strict than like the US for privacy. So there could be a totally different like bill that does cover what she's talking about. But at the same time, that was a public event, number one. Number two, it's a bill that I don't know about because I'm not from the EU. Number three, she should have said the correct bill because GDPR is not the correct bill.
So, you know, plus
GDPR, someone just said in her chat, GDPR definitely apply. No, it doesn't. She's not data. Her body is not data.
legally stated that I wish to not be filmed.
Did she say she legally stated she didn't want to be filmed?
I don't know if those same rules apply in NA, by the way. But here, these laws are very strict. So, you know, plus I publicly stated that I wish to not be filmed.
Publicly stated that she didn't wish to be filmed. That's fine. You can say that on Twitter all you want. But guess what? You're at a public event, and it's going to happen anyway, regardless, okay? Should it happen? Well, people should respect your wishes, like in a perfect world. That's, you know, what would happen. But again, you have things like the paparazzi who don't care about your personal wishes, okay? So if they can get away with it, why aren't the people going to a public event? Paparazzi are a lot more invasive than a couple fans going to an event. And by a couple, obviously, it could be hundreds, okay? But I'm just saying.
And that also counts. And I am within my right to expect.
You're within your personal expectations, right? You can expect that. You could want that to be something that is respected. But as a person, you should realize it's not everybody's going to respect that. And this woman didn't break laws. This woman didn't break the rules of the event. You happened to be caught on film. You didn't want to be on film for whatever reason. You know, that's whatever you want to do, right? Maybe you had a pimple or something that you didn't want people to see. I don't know. And yeah, it's a fair request. Hey, please don't film me. I have a pimple or whatever. But again, the world isn't perfect. People aren't perfect. And a lot of people aren't going to listen to that. So, you know, wear a mask.
That. But yeah, I know it's just Twitter Andes, but somehow it did get under my skin. It did get under my skin. I know it's just Twitter Andes. But it just sucks that...
And again, I don't even think it's just like the Twitter people. It's like, dude, I mean, I'm sure it definitely is, but it's definitely not just them. Like anybody like rationally thinking, it's like, okay, well, like realistically, this person paid for a ticket to get in. Like they're walking around, they're filming. Yeah, some people are going to get caught on camera. You know, that's why a lot of like VTubers who go to IRL stuff, if they don't want to be filmed, they just wear a mask. That's it. That's all they have to do. And that's all they do. And like, is it fair that they have to wear a mask? No. But again, the world's not perfect. And if you're going to one of these events, you should know that things like this are going to happen. Hey, Just Simone, what's up? Sorry, there's like a delay. Also, I'm like ranting, okay?
When I had a problem with something, not with a person in particular, just with something that happened, that people downplay the problem. They're like, fuck you, you're a public figure, you chose this, you have no right. And I'm like, fuck, man.
It's not even like she doesn't have a right. Like, I'm not going to say that she doesn't have rights. Like, that's insane. That's insanity, right? Obviously, she has rights. But yeah, like, she has rights. Everybody has rights. I'm not saying that she should not have rights. But again, as somebody with as many viewers as she does, and as many fans as she does, she should expect to have pictures taken of her. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what do you think this is? That's like if Jennifer Aniston was walking down the street in Chicago and at 12 p.m., okay, and she's like, I don't want my picture taken today, so I'm going to post that on Twitter. I'm also going to tell them my location of where I'm going to be on this day at this time, but I don't want anyone to take my picture. I'm just going to go ahead and walk alone. What do you think is going to happen? People are going to rush her. Okay, the paparazzi is going to be on her within a split second. Like, come on, dude. This is it's so dumb. If she didn't want her picture taken, this didn't have to be this big of a deal. Like, she just made it such a big thing.
That's a bit hostile, innit? I wonder how those people react when they're in a situation where they are legally completely within their rights and everyone's just like, no, fuck you, piece of shit.
There's no legal...
You asked for this. You asked for this. You knew what you were doing when you were walking the street at night. You asked...
I don't know if you caught that. I have to be careful because of Twitch TOS. So the way I describe this has to be let's see how this goes, okay? Because I don't exactly want to sugarcoat this, because this is like a big deal. This is where I got before I went live, and I'm like, okay, this is a problem. This is wrong. She can't be making this comparison. Like, I make crazy comparisons all the time, but like for her to take a picture and compare it to this is insane. Just listen.
I wonder how those people react when they're in a situation where they are legally completely within their rights and everyone's just like, no, fuck you, piece of shit.
Hold on.
You asked for this.
Here it is.
You asked for this. You knew what you were doing when you were walking the streets at night. You asked for this.
She just compared getting her picture taken at a public event to rape. I don't want to sugarcoat it. That needs to be said. She just compared getting her picture taken for a split second, like it was like a camera pan across the room, across the crowd, and her face just so happened to be in it. Whether it was zoomed in, whether it wasn't, it doesn't matter. She just compared that to a woman walking the street at night and getting raped. Let's hear it again, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm this crazy, schizo retard over here, okay? Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again, because this blew me away, and I was like, I need to push go live now. Because when I heard this, I was actually angry. And again, don't unsub for this. I don't want any, monetary, whatever, but, this needs to be, at least brought attention to, because, if you like her as a creator, that's fine, right? I would never go and be like, oh my God, you should totally cancel her, right? But it's I just want you guys to hear it again, because I don't want to make people have this get clipped somehow, maybe, I'm a very small creator, but I don't want it to get clipped and make it seem like I'm making things up, okay? I want this to be very clear of what she just did.
Shit. You asked for this. You asked for this. You knew what you were doing when you were walking the streets at night. You asked for this.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we heard that, okay? Because that is a very clear that is a very clear comparison to her getting her face shown to rape. I need to make that clear. Oh my God. The whole time she's crying that she gets taken advantage of by this company, by these these friends, these people. And again, it's bus stop A and bus stop B. Bus stop A has a whole bunch of crackheads who are going to mug you for some drug money. Bus stop B has people dressed in suits with expensive shoes, suitcases, glasses, whatever, okay? It's a very stark comparison. But what does she do every single time? She chooses bus stop A when it comes to business. She wants to work with these crackheads, even though she knows she's going to get mugged and beaten. But she doesn't call any of them out. No. She won't do that. She won't call those people out. Instead, what she'll do is she'll call out a streamer who showed her face for a split second and posted it on Twitter. And when she was asked by Lily to remove this video, she did, with no problem. But what did she do? Oh, no hate. But for 18 minutes and 40 seconds, she complains. And she doesn't need to say it, because her fans will go and give hate to this other streamer. And to top it off, what does she do? She compares a picture to rape. I think that is a very succinct summary of what has gone on in this video. She is a disgusting human being, and I'm not sure how any of her viewers hear this and say, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, look at Shylily. This is why I don't read comments on Twitter. Shylily, when she makes the rape comparison. I don't want to cancel her or anything, and I don't even have the power to cancel her, okay? And even if I did, I don't want to, because comparisons are comparisons, but this is just such a weird, unbalanced comparison. Why would you say that? What do you mean? And again, this is going to be a thing where in the VOD previously, she's already said that she wants to start, coming out more publicly and calling these people out. But when it happens to her, she's going to throw a fit and she's going to act like she's being targeted. And I guarantee it's going to happen within the next month because of the energy that she's putting out with this response.
Like, what a fucked up stance that is. How do you hit send on a tweet like that? That's crazy. Anyways, I wanted to elaborate that I do agree with the fact that it's sad I didn't handle things privately, but
she doesn't care. She has no feelings when it comes to this situation. She knew what she was doing and she wanted to. I don't care about the I'm sorries. I don't care because she's not sorry and she doesn't mean any apology right now. And she never will mean any apology about this, ever. Ever.
When people do things publicly, I from now on will choose to also handle things more publicly. Because
yeah, go ahead. Handle them publicly. And when they call you out for something, watch the crying that's going to happen. I guarantee. You bullied Cinder off the internet, okay? Which some say is fair, some say it's not. I don't think it was fair to try and cancel her and get all her money taken away just because she's a shitty friend and a bad business partner. I don't think that she deserved a cancellation, but you, Nano, and Bao and that other one that I just can't remember because she's not important enough, got together and made a whole Google Doc about her and released it. She is pretty riled up right now, but so are you. I'm very riled up. Were you here, Tiny Me, for the rape comparison? Yes, I'm very riled up. That is disgusting. She compared her face being shown to rape. I keep my mouth shut, which is usually the best option. I mean, that's fair, okay? I get it. But at a certain point, you have to be like, okay, that's a little far. I don't know. And like I said, I can understand both sides of the spectrum. So what I don't understand is why she would go after a small streamer for panning over a crowd, okay? And zooming in and saying, oh, that's Lily. Which, mind you, Lily has shown her face willingly before over the course of years as a quote-unquote flesh tuber. And yeah, she is over-exaggerating. Thank you at least for seeing that. I'm not over-exaggerating at all. I am not, okay? I think the anger, or at least not even anger, but at least the outrage over such a comparison is very fair. Because leading up to this, her side of the story was I didn't agree with it, but it didn't take me over the top. I don't think people should treat hate with hate. Well, Lily started the hate. She didn't have to do this publicly. But she did. She did this publicly because she wanted her viewers to see that, right? She wanted that because she knew that she didn't have to say a word. They would mobilize on their own and go after that streamer, which is why the streamer pretty much got on her knees and begged for forgiveness because of the viewers going over and harassing her. But yeah, I don't think that I'm overreacting. I think up until the rape part, I think it was pretty bland and I think it was pretty like, she's like, over-exaggerating, whatever. But once it hit that, I was like, no, that's crazy. Like, you can't compare the two. You can't compare, like, an off-guard picture to rape. Like, that's just not how that works.
like I said, I think the reason these things happen is because I always try to accommodate for everyone else but my own.
And again, like I've said, in the beginning, I was saying, hey, if you're running into the same problem over and over and over with the people that you're working with, why would you not reach out to the people in your circle? And like to Bao, for example, to Buff Pup, to who the fuck else? Whatever, right? Reach out to them. Just procrastinating? I gotcha. But yeah, like reach out to the people in your circle and say, hey, who do you know that's like reliable? Who can I work with? But instead, she just keeps choosing bus stop A and she keeps choosing the crackheads instead of just walking on over to bus stop B and taking the friendly bus. Like she's doing it to herself. It has nothing to do with having, no backbone or whatever. She just continuously makes the wrong decisions.
And I think it's after these years has come to bite me in the butt. Because everyone just assumes that they can do whatever they want with me. It don't matter. Or you scammed her of $4,000, who cares? She isn't gonna...
And again, the scamming thing, it's like, dude, have a lawyer write up a contract. That way, if they break the contract, well, then they're screwed. You know what I mean? Then they're subject to legal consequences. These are like things that should be common practice, especially in like the art commissioning like sphere, because anybody can just take the money and back out. Yeah, big commission should always be secured. 1000%. Yes. Yes. And I don't understand why these VTubers aren't doing that. They have a team behind them. They have a literal team. They have people that they can reach out to. As for the artists, such as yeah, I mean, it benefits everybody in that situation, 100%. And so I don't understand why this isn't a common practice. Like, anybody else would do this. I don't get it. Especially somebody as big as like these VTubers like Lily and you know, all the other ones that are big, even like the mid-sized VTubers. Why would you not have something like written, you know? Buying models is almost like buying a car. Bro, thousands of dollars for one model, you know, between the design, the assets, the rigging, especially. And so it's like, why would you not make that as secure as possible? Just writing an email and saying, yeah, get back to me on so-and-so and let me know your work with no contract is insanity. I couldn't imagine doing that. I couldn't. I really couldn't. And also, and for you as an artist, right? What happens if a VTuber's like, oh, I'll pay you this much money. Can you get me the part of the design or whatever? And you draw like half the design and they say, okay, peace out. They block you and they take the design that they have so far and they send it to another artist, do the same thing to them, peace out, bye. And then they do the same thing with the riggers. So it's like, yeah, of course you need some type of contract. I don't get it. I don't know, man. There's like 1,000,010 ways to scam artists and VTubers as well. And people commissioning the art. There's 1,000,010 ways. You need a contract. That's why I usually do half payment. Yeah, that's fair.
Tweet it out. Just go commission. Just go log on a commission with the next person. Who cares? Who cares? Whatever. Oh, you promised this to Lily. Doesn't matter. You don't have to keep your promise. She won't call you out. Who cares?
That's literally not what's happening, but yeah, okay.
So I think I will communicate my boundaries more clearly in the future, especially when people take things publicly. So yeah, I'm sorry it wasn't handled privately. Oh, sorry. Let me correct myself. I do not assume fault here. I am not sorry.
Oh. So now she's not sorry at all. But the whole time she's saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's no hate. I'm so sorry that I did it publicly. I should have done it Okay, yeah, okay.
I do agree with the fact that it's sad I didn't handle it privately. But I hope people see my point of the side as well, that I meant no harm, as was said in my...
Lily should be more aware of her position as a huge creator or act more responsible like one. Yeah, well, and the thing is, like, okay, so my thing is with, like, the public space, public event thing, she is correct in that it's not a public space. Okay, but she's wrong in the fact that it is a public event. If I can buy a ticket and get in, and there's no list, and if I'm not on that list, I can't get in. Well, then that's a public event. I'm sorry, it is 110%. If it's a private event, you would have a list, and you would have certain people invited only. That's it. That's private. But no, this was a public event in a privately owned space. So she's half right. But with the legal thing, the what is it? The GDPR, however you say it. I don't even care about the public event, as I haven't even seen the Twitter post, but the video on itself is just a mistake. Yeah, so, okay, let me fill you in on the video, okay? The Twitter video. It was, this streamer was live streaming, and she panned the audience, and she caught Lily in the booth. And she, like, I think she, if I remember correctly, she zoomed in on Lily, but it wasn't like a whole thing where she's like breathing heavy into the mic and she's like, oh yeah, oh, Missy Lily, right? Like, she wasn't like doing that. She just like zoomed in, like, oh, it's Lily, oh, that's, and that was that. Now, again, Lily's face has been out there for years. And so it's so dumb. And her even addressing this is just going to bring so much more hate onto this other streamer. And it's like, bro, for what? Exactly. It's not as big as she makes it. Exactly. I want to read these comments, okay? I always thought people knew what she looked like because she was an IRL streamer. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry that happened to her. I hope people respect her wishes in the future. No, you're fucking retarded. The message, very serious, and I'm sorry she has to go through this. The model, cute. No. And that's another thing too. I hate when they use these quote unquote cute models when they're addressing something that's supposed to be serious. Someone docks Lily's face. Man, I'm suddenly blind. Whenever Lily is ready to do a face reveal, it'll be on her own time. The fact that she literally has done it. I know this is a serious conversation she is having, but seeing her cute model wiggle, yeah, you're just like brain rotted. Those people are confusing kindness for weakness. A lot of people will do it. It's easier to forget. Whatever. It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. VTubers who wish to stay anonymous IRL with their fan base should not physically attend any in-person events. I agree. You cannot trust other VTubers, creators, or even staff to maintain your anonymity. Anonymity. An enemy? Yeah, no, agree 1000%. If you operate on a trust nothing mentality while still being open to working with others, your piece has less risk and less surprises while still being able to thrive. Yeah, fair. VTubers who want to remain anon should not put themselves in situations designed for VTubers and creators who are okay with not being anon. Bro, literally the perfect response. And I guarantee it's filled with insane people. Let's read. It's just everyone giving their own peace of mind, usually for the worst. Yeah, I mean, well, it's not even that. It's usually, well, with something like this, it's like people just sucking up to Lily because she's like a cute model VTuber. Should be common sense. The moment you put a foot in a conversation, there will be photos of you and 100% legal. Yeah, exactly. If you don't want your pictures to be taken, don't even leave your house, cars. Okay, well, that's a little extreme. I'm not going to read the response to that. Cons are private events, not public spaces. That is not true. A public space means you can do whatever whatever and have a right. At cons, that's not the case. Yeah, okay, it's a public event, not a public space. It's a very big difference. They have the right and ability to remove you whenever. Yeah, and that is true. That is actually very true. It is not a public space. They can remove you whenever they want if you are breaking the rules or if they just don't even like the way you look, okay? Fair. However, it wasn't in the rule, which is why people are able to record. It's just, at the end of the day, Lily overreacted, and anybody who's jumping to her defense, I just want to say, probably just stuck in the echo chamber of like cute anime girls. I don't know. I don't know. The thing about the VTubing scene, as I've started getting involved more and more, is like, if you're a cute anime girl, people will defend you no matter what you say. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and cover this drama. Also, again, I want to say this is an 18-minute and 40-second video. I've been live for 1 hour and 14 minutes, which is the definition of fair use, okay? I have not stolen this content. If I get copyright struck when I upload this to YouTube, then this page better get taken down by the end of the day, okay? The only reason that this video would get struck is because something got clipped and it blew up or something and it got sent over to Lily or whatever, and she didn't like it and she copyright claimed it. Again, I'm not claiming I'm big enough to get on her radar, but because I was critical, because I said the nasty retard word, okay? Because I called her stupid, because I focused so much on her comparing an off-guard picture. But either way, I'm gonna go. Thank you for stopping by. And I appreciated the company, and I really enjoyed covering this today. But yeah, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.